Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today is Wednesday, a beautiful day to dive into some messy soap drama, right? Grab your coffee because we really need to talk about what just happened. And honestly, I am so incredibly tired today. I have been covering this show for years. Years and years of the same Forrester versus Logan wars. But you guys, this latest twist, it actually made me sit up and yell at my screen. I was just typing up my notes from last week, thinking about how Hope and Deke were finally getting their footing over at Logan. Katie was holding down the fort. Things were actually looking up for once, but no. The writers just couldn't let Hope have a single moment of peace, could they? So let's just get right into it. Steffy Forrester just dropped a nuclear bomb on Hope, and I am still trying to process the sheer audacity of this woman. So here is the deal. Steffy has given Hope a shocking ultimatum. Like an absolute jaw-dropper of a demand. We all know Hope has been agonizing over Hope for the future. It's her baby. It's her namesake. And Steffy has been holding it hostage for what feels like forever. First, she fired Deke, then she put Thomas and Zende on it, and then she basically shelved the whole thing. But now Steffy is saying she will give HFTF back to Hope, full creative control. No strings attached on the design side. It sounds like a dream come true, right? But wait, because this is Steffy we are talking about. There is always a catch. And the catch is so toxic I can barely stand it. Steffy told Hope she can have HFTF back, only if Hope convinces Katie to completely shut down the fashion division at Logan. I mean, what? What were they thinking with this? Who actually believes this is going to end well? It is a trap. A blatant, obvious, nasty trap designed to do one thing and one thing only: divide the Logan sisters. Steffy knows she can't just fire Hope without looking like the bad guy to Ridge and everyone else. Ridge has been worrying about bad press, remember. So Steffy is putting the blood on Hope's hands. She wants Hope to be the one to destroy Katie's dream. It's sick. It really is. Let's just zoom out and look at this for a second. Katie literally saved Hope. When Steffy pushed Hope out, when Zende was having meltdowns because his designs weren't getting used, when Brooke was failing to get that co-CEO spot to protect her daughter, Katie stepped up. Katie ignored Donna's warnings. Donna was literally freaking out, saying this would ruin the family. But Katie didn't care. She brought Hope in. She gave Deke Sharp an amazing business opportunity. They were rushing this launch, working so hard, hiding behind curtains at mini previews to look at the new youthful designs. Katie put her own neck on the line, fighting with Steffy, getting slapped by Brooke. And now Hope is supposed to just walk into Katie's office and say, "Hey, Aunt Katie, thanks for the lifeline, but I need you to close your business so I can have my old job back." Honestly, if Hope actually does this, she is going to be the biggest traitor in the history of Los Angeles. But at the same time, I kind of get it. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Hope. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. HFTF is her entire life's work. It's the brand she built. It's her identity. If she stays at Logan, she loses that name forever. She loses the legacy, and Steffy knows exactly how to play her. Steffy is dangling the one thing Hope can't resist right in front of her face. And let's talk about Steffy for a minute, because she has been out of control lately. A few episodes ago, we saw her completely reject Fanny Grayson. Fanny came in, pitched a perfume for HFTF, and Steffy basically hinted the line was dead. Fanny said she'd go to Logan, and Steffy lost her mind. She stormed into Katie's office, trying to peek at the designs, demanding to know who the mystery designer was. Steffy is terrified of Logan. She is terrified that Katie and Hope are actually going to pull this off and blindside Forrester Creations. This ultimatum isn't just about HFTF. It's about eliminating the competition before they even launch. Steffy is using Hope as a weapon to take out Logan. But what happens if Hope agrees? Think about the collateral damage here. Think about Deke Sharp. Poor Deke. He just got this massive break. He's been sketching in his little apartment above Il Giardino, dealing with all that crazy drama with Remy Price. Remy just kissed him, by the way. Like, Remy is practically stalking him, discovering the Logan sketches, kissing him to force a reunion. Deke is under so much pressure to keep this Logan secret and deliver a killer collection. If Hope pulls the plug on Logan fashion, Deke is out on the street again. He loses everything. Hope would be betraying him too. And Deke has already been through enough after Steffy fired him the first time. And oh my god, Bill Spencer. Do not even get me started on Bill. Bill has been doubling down on this big blue diamond plot. He summoned Wyatt back to LA. He's dealing with Shauna Fulton suddenly showing up out of nowhere. Bill is ready to go to war for Katie and Logan. If Hope convinces Katie to shut it down, Bill will explode. He will absolutely lose his mind. He's already furious that Brooke slapped Katie. If Hope betrays Katie now, Bill might just buy Forrester Creations out of spite. I mean, he's done crazier things, right? And what about Brooke? This is where my brain starts to hurt. Brooke has been so desperate to get HFTF back for Hope. She tried to steal Steffy's co-CEO seat and failed. She smack-talked Logan. But if Hope tells Brooke about this deal, Brooke might actually tell her to take it. Brooke miraculously managed to get HFTF back on the table at Forrester, probably without knowing Steffy's toxic condition. Brooke might be like, yes, sacrifice Katie's business so you can come back to Forrester, which is so messed up. But Brooke has been so anti-Logan lately, missing Katie's obvious puns about Hope, just completely clueless. The Logan sisters are going to be shattered. This is exactly what Steffy wants. Divide and conquer? It just feels so clunky and messy, you guys? The writers are putting Hope in an impossible lose-lose situation. If she chooses Logan, she loses HFTF, and Steffy probably burns the brand to the ground or gives it to someone else. If she chooses Forrester, she betrays Katie, Bill, Deke, and probably loses her soul in the process. I was just sitting here thinking about how this affects everyone else, too. Because the ripple effects are massive. Take Will Spencer, for example. Will has been having panic attacks basically because Katie swore him to secrecy about Hope working at Logan. He's been lying to Elektra. Elektra was pushing him so hard to reveal the mystery designer, and he was dying inside. They just got back together at the bikini bar. Remy was glaring at them. RJ was demanding Will get fired. It's a mess. If Logan Fashion shuts down, Will's secret doesn't matter anymore. But the damage to his relationship with Elektra might already be done because of all the stress. And RJ. RJ is over at his new beach house having passionate moments with Melissa Dillon. Which, okay, I kind of like them together. Dillon was so crushed about Will and Elektra, and RJ was mourning Elektra, so they just decided to have fun. But Dillon works for Daphne Rose's perfume line. If Forrester is in chaos and Logan is in chaos, all these younger characters are going to be caught in the crossfire. Everyone's jobs are at risk because Steffy wants to play these vicious power games. But let's pull ourselves back on track. Let's focus on Hope. What is she going to do? I honestly don't know. Sometimes I think she has the backbone to tell Steffy to shove it. She and Deke were so thrilled behind the curtains, watching the models walk in those youthful designs. Katie loved them. They have a real shot at making Logan a massive success. Why would Hope throw that away just to go back to a toxic environment where Steffy is always going to hold the power? Even if Steffy gives her full creative control, do we really believe Steffy won't interfere? Of course she will. It's Steffy. She can't help herself. But then, Hope is so attached to that name. Hope for the future. It's her brand. And Liam has been pushing her to join Logan, but he also knows how much HFTF means to her. I feel like Liam is going to be so confused by this ultimatum. He'll probably tell her to stay at Logan, but he'll also understand why she's tempted. It just makes me so mad. Why can't Hope ever just have a clean win? Why does it always have to be this agonizing choice? The fans on social media are already losing their minds over this. Half the people are saying Hope should take the deal and screw Katie over because business is business. The other half are saying Hope needs to stay loyal to the people who actually supported her when she was down. I mean, let's be real. If Katie hadn't stepped up, Hope would have nothing right now. Ridge turned Brooke down for the co-CEO spot. Zende was screaming at Carter in the CEO's office because his designs were shelved. Forrester Creations is a mess right now. Steffy and Finn are busy making out at the Cliff House while the company is burning. Why would Hope want to go back to that? But Steffy's manipulation is top tier. I have to give her that. She knows exactly where to slide the knife. By making Hope the one to ask Katie to shut down, Steffy keeps her own hands clean. She can just sit back and watch the Logans tear each other apart. It's brilliant in a really dark, twisted way. I just keep picturing the scene where Hope has to tell Katie. Can you imagine? Katie sitting there, so proud of the new collection, so ready to stick it to Forrester. And Hope walks in, looking all teary-eyed, and says, "Steffy offered me my line back, but you have to close your doors." Katie would be devastated. She would be so incredibly hurt. She fought Brooke for this. She fought Steffy. She risked her own family relationships. And for Hope to even consider it, it's a massive betrayal. And what if Hope does it and Katie refuses? What if Katie says, "No, I'm not shutting down. I have Deke, I have other designers, I'm moving forward." Then Hope is stuck. She loses the Logan deal because she tried to sabotage it, and she loses the Forrester deal because she couldn't deliver on Steffy's demand. She would literally lose everything. I don't know, you guys. I am just rambling at this point, but my brain is spinning. This show has a way of taking one storyline and stretching it until it breaks, but this ultimatum feels different. It feels like a real turning point for Hope's character. Is she going to be the sweet, loyal Logan girl? Or is she going to become ruthless like Steffy? Because taking that deal would be a ruthless move. It would be a Spencer move, honestly. Maybe all that time with Bill and Liam has rubbed off on her. Let's think about the history here. The Forresters and the Logans have been doing this dance for decades. Eric Forrester used to be the one caught in the middle. Now it's Ridge. Ridge is just standing there, letting Steffy run wild, while Brooke is whispering in his other ear. Ridge said he was worried about bad press from Hope leaving. Well, what kind of press is it going to be if Hope goes back to Forrester after completely destroying Logan's fashion division? It's going to be a bloodbath in the media. And let's not forget Wyatt. Wyatt is out there hunting for the real Hope for the future diamond. He's supposed to give it to Hope to generate buzz for her new line. If Hope goes back to Forrester, does Wyatt give the diamond to Forrester? Bill would literally murder him. Bill wants that diamond for Logan. The diamond is supposed to be the showstopper. Deke is probably designing a dress specifically for that big blue rock. The stakes are so high right now. I can't. I need to take a breath. Sometimes I wonder why I get so invested in these fictional people, but they feel like family at this point. A really dysfunctional, exhausting family that never learns from their mistakes. Okay, let me try to wrap this up before I write a whole novel. The bottom line is this: Steffy has played her master stroke. She has put Hope in an impossible position. Betray Katie and Logan to get HFTF back, or stay loyal and lose the brand forever. The power map in LA is about to be completely rewritten based on what Hope decides. If she goes back, she's a traitor to the aunt who saved her. If she stays, she's giving up her namesake. I really want to know what you guys think. Drop a comment below. Should Hope take the deal? Is Steffy going to far? Is Katie going to be the ultimate victim here? I'm going to go get another coffee and try to calm down before the next episode airs. Thanks for reading my messy thoughts today, and I'll see you guys in the next update. Hopefully with some better news for our girl Hope, but probably not, knowing these writers. Anyway, bye for now.